other side.
On the other side.
Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? The pack is back. How are we doing out there? This is Garrett over at Born to be Rad.
Garrett.
Anybody else with me tonight?
And I'm Mel from My Killer Podcast. Woo!
What's up? Justin. How's everybody doing tonight? I blew the intro. Sorry, I wasn't in intro mode.
Something's
I just couldn't get it together for 10 seconds for the intro.
And another thing too, I
was
almost
great.
just wanted to jump through the screen when all of a sudden I saw the intro like fading out, and Justin decides he wants to put a blanket on. I'm like, if we get back,
Did you
if
see
we're
that?
live,
You can see me.
I can
back
see
there?
that. I was
you weren't
freaking
supposed
out
to
because I'm like,
see
if we
that.
come back and he's got a blanket held up in front of his face, I'm gonna
It isn't a Radpack stream if Justin doesn't have a blanket or a snuggie. Or...
I gotta be cozy, man. I got my feet kicked out on the little footrest here. I'm cozy. I'm cozy in. I'm ready to talk about some movies.
Yeah, man.
You
And that's
look
why
like you're in
we're
a
here.
rainforest cafe. That's what I was trying to think of earlier when I was looking.
I've heard about those. I've never been to one, but is that what it is? Like plants and shit? Like, do they have like legit,
Yeah.
like real plants and stuff? That's cool.
I love it.
Oh my god, look at that place. It's like a jungle in there.
I
It went from the
know,
bad
it's
room to the rad
great.
room.
I know, dude. It's like it's turned into my little personal playhouse over here.
And
Well, we
our-
are back, guys. We are back for our monthly gathering. This is a cool one too, because again, this is a little bit of a year in review show. Now, usually people do those in December, but December is like one of our biggest shows that we do all year, and it's the Secret Santa type show where we each kind of gift each other some stuff and we open it live on air. And it's always a fun time. It's always funny to see what we get each other throughout the year. And so with that being said, we decided to do it this month, even though we will unfortunately miss out on a couple movies that are coming out between now and the end of the year. But there's been so many movies this year that have come out, and surprisingly, like, we've all seen quite a bit. I know Mel and I, at the very least, have watched most of these like within the last 2 weeks, but to get ready for the show. I mean, for me, when I look at the list of movies I watched in 2024, like that came out this year, I feel like it's a pretty big list compared to what I usually watch every year. How about you guys?
Yeah, for sure. I power watched like 20 movies in the last week or two.
I was pretty good about keeping up with them this year, actually. There was a couple that I watched, maybe a couple that I watched within the past couple of weeks, but I've been trying to keep up as much as I can. It's been a pretty damn good year for movies.
I agree. And I'm very, very picky, especially when it comes
Yeah,
to
you are.
modern movies. Like, I'm so freaking picky about modern movies. And when I look at this list and us doing it in November, and obviously it's Thanksgiving, I'm like kind of like, I'm pretty thankful for this year's lineup that we got here. When I look at this list, I'm like, you know what? I think there's only like 2 of these movies that I've seen that I thought were like god awful. The rest I thought were like pretty decent or very solid. So I'm actually pretty surprised on how many of these I would actually say were solid or above. How about you guys?
Yeah, this was a hell of a year for movies for sure. Once I started looking back at the list, I was like, dang, we got some goodies for sure.
Yeah, I had like there was like a running list in my head that I knew I had a handful that I just wrote down. And then I went ahead and looked at just a couple lists in case there was anything I forgot about. So I looked up some like top 50s and some top 25s. And there was a couple of low key ones that I had kind of forgotten about, but most of mine, I feel may be a little, I think we might have a lot of the same ones on the list here, but I feel like we have a lot of movies that were like big in the horror community, but that are still pretty indie overall. So it's been an interesting year for movies. Little movies blowing up and big movies failing, and it's been kind of crazy.
For sure. And I mean, before we even get into our list, we're doing like a top 5, and we'll kind of compare and contrast. And we'll talk about some other ones that we liked and ones that maybe we didn't like towards the ends here. And obviously, I would love to hear what you guys in the comments have to say about, you know, ones that you liked and disliked, and definitely, you know, as we're going through our little list that we created, we are going to obviously maybe banter back and forth, agree, disagree. If you agree or disagree with any of our picks, let us know. But before we start, I just want to see who is in the house. We can give a little shout ski to the people that are checking us out live. Movie Misfits, Chris, what is going on, man? Welcome to the show. Ryan, thank you, man, for being here. Adrian, what's up, Adrian James in the house. Alan Smithy's Ghost in the house is, oh, snap, it's rad time again. He also says, Justin killing it style-wise, as usual.
Always.
Leon is in the house. What is going on?
What's up, girl?
Oh, wow, Samuel L. Jackson's here. Hello.
Always a celebrity in the house.
What up, man? Appreciate you being here. Let me see. Movie Misfits says, I've been doing okay trying to keep up with the stuff I'm interested in. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I watched a lot of these recently. For me to get to the movies is very hard. So it really needs to be something I'm super stoked for. And as we go through this, I can kind of talk about some of the ones that I did see in the theaters. And looking at my list of my top 5 that I chose, I saw 4 of these 5 in the theater. And I rarely am able to get there. So how about you guys? I know Mel sometimes is a hard time. Justin, you seem to be able to get to the theater quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I'm lucky. I have a theaters all around me, really, some decent ones, and then like a kind of an indie theater that plays a lot of the smaller indie releases. So I'm pretty lucky that I get to see a lot of these. I saw most of these in the theater.
I did some power streaming. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I'm a physical media buff, and I praise that, I did some hella streaming.
Yeah.
I spent some monies.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
See, that's the one thing I don't think maybe I did on some stuff, but a lot of this stuff is starting to sneak out on physical media. So I like pre-ordered a bunch of it just specifically for the show on kind of like I hope I like it type of deal.
Yeah.
So I did watch a lot on physical. I did stream some a lot. Shudder had a lot of this stuff out there. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
and,
there was one that got me though. Romulus just came out on Hulu, and I was like, damn it. Like if I would have just waited to watch that one, I paid to watch that one. If I just would have waited, I could have watched that one for free. Well, not for free. I have Hulu, but
all right, Magic Hands in the house. What's up? Fozzie Rotten, what is going on? Listening while driving. Well, I hope we sound good, Foz man. Thank you for being here. Movie Misfit says he knows Mel's got Beetlejuice on her list somewhere. I don't know. It's interesting. I was thinking of that too. I was like, does it make her list? That would almost be kind of funny if we could try to guess each other's lists.
That's what we should have done. That's what we should. I could put some polls out. How many people think The Crow's on my list?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, of course it is.
I think I know Mel's list, to be honest with you. I'm pretty certain. Pretty certain.
Well, let's see. What's on my list? All right. I think it might surprise you. I cheated too.
You cheated? What do you mean you cheated?
Well, you'll find out.
I may or may
Just
not.
checked, and I've seen 5 movies in 20. Wow. Really? I am shocked because I'm like I said, I'm looking at my list and I'm like, man, I saw a lot of shit. But
wait, 5 new ones, Sydney?
Yeah, he's killing it. That's like me on a more regular basis, I think. But there was a lot of movies that came out this year. When I was looking at a list, they were like up to like the 800s of like how many movies dropped this year. I'm like, what the hell?
It was a lot.
Crazy. Yeah, for sure.
There's way
Al,
more
what's
than
going
that.
on, man? Perry fan just watched First Blood. First Blood, like Rambo? First Blood? Good movie. What up, Davey Death in the house? Hall and Oates in the house.
Davey?
Mick Hara, what the hell? I didn't even get notified you were all live. Yeah, what's going on here? Nobody's getting notified. How's this? Everybody who's watching right now, number 1, hit the like button. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed and the notifications are on. And number 3, share it out on some socials. I don't care if it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Take this little link ski right here, paste it on your socials, and just say the pack is live. And it's going to be a podcast episode, so you'll get some you'll be getting the shout outs on audio as well. So if you're here live,
all audio platforms.
All audio platforms.
That includes iTunes and Spotify.
I love it.
Goddamn video.
Just like the goddamn video already, people, for Pete's sake. Jesus. You're right, Camp. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. All right, let me see. People. All right, Brian Trash is in the house. What's up? Brian Sanchez, what's going on? People are pouring in. Way behind on the new movies. I was until 2 weeks ago, and we're kind of catching up. Yeah, look at this, dude. We're in the purple right now. Noise Loop in the house. What's up? All right. Whew. Look at how great we match too. The aesthetic is like I don't know if there's any other pod that's aesthetic is as nice as this.
The vibes are pretty stellar.
I have to be honest with you. If you guys want to screenshot this right now and just post it up on your socials and tag us and say the vibe is like none other on this right now.
We're chilling tonight,
dude. Killing it.
And I think
right.
I want to say
Good
with
Lord.
this, I think we all have at least one pretty like blazing hot take, right?
I think I do have a hot take. Actually,
one
I
that
think
we include, or maybe one we left out. You know.
Well, see, this is where I hate my list because I don't think I have a hot take. I think my list is going to be super boring.
Oh, somebody will
you
find
definitely
one.
have a hot take in there. I mean, I don't
No.
think I think it'll be a hot take for some
I think
people.
you're gonna be
Well, with only
surprised.
5, there's a lot of stuff we have to leave out. So of course, people see these lists, they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't include this," and it's like, well,
That-
Well, that's the
okay.
thing, you know.
Well, in that
basically, only
case,
having
then I think
5,
I
we're gonna
will.
leave out some shit that people love.
right. That's what kills me making these lists of 5 because I had my dumbass. You know, I was just get my wires crossed. I thought this was a 10, so of course I wrote out my top 10 with 5 honorable mentions. So then I had to be even more cutthroat and cut this down to 5. So I really
Your
had to trim
internet
some.
breaker has been like boggling my mind for weeks.
I disconnected.
Like every
man.
movie I saw, I was like, "Was that it? Was
Well,
that it?"
Yeah.
What's interesting is like it's so funny how we view movies so differently because I literally look at my list and everything is kind of like it goes shit, mediocre, and really good. And like my really
Mhm.
good list is only small.
There's
My,
like
like,
one movie.
Good,
on
my
it.
good list is very big and my shit list is small too. So
Yeah.
a lot of these for me are like all kind of dead even. And it's more in the positive category. But when it came to this list, like when it comes to new movies, like I'm the type of person that I need to see something different. Like if you're
Mhm.
going to give me shit that I feel like I've seen 1,000 times before, just with like new characters and stuff, like I don't care. Like I want to be like in a situation where I'm like, wow, like this is a very different type of horror movie. And sometimes it can't be too artsy either because then I get confused and I'm just like, I don't like it. You know? Like I feel like it becomes too much. I'm like, I don't want to have to think so hard about what the hell's going on here.
Yeah. I don't
So
like
that also
Nobody
hurts
likes to think.
when it comes to me. No, you like that.
I like the. I don't. It's
You
not
like when there's no when a movie doesn't make any sense and you're like, oh, I love that.
I
I'm
like
what
slow.
happened?
I like boring movies. I like
I
boring,
kind of do
slow.
too. As long as there's a good
nonsensical
burn
stuff.
and a good payoff.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. I think your tastes are actually broadening a little bit. You've given a pretty decent amount of like newer movies, weirder ones a chance. Like there's been some movies, maybe we'll find some on here that I would never think you'd like, but I think you're coming around to newer stuff a little
coming
bit more.
around, huh?
I think so.
I think you've given more movies a chance. Like
Yeah.
opted to watch more
I
movies.
did, actually.
Yeah.
Whether or not you actually liked them, I don't know. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
usually if
true,
you guys
'cause you-
give me a recommendation, I watch it. I love you guys. So
New movies will come out and be like, I'm not watching that crap.
yeah,
Well, that's
that's
still
the usual.
that still happens. There was a couple times that happened this year.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take your word for it.
How many movies
all
did you turn off? Like
Oh, how many did I turn off?
in the middle of.
I'd have to look. I have done that this year. But I don't remember. We talked about one the other day, and I think I said I didn't make it that far. I don't remember what it was though. I said, yeah, I think I shut that off. I didn't make it too far.
Yeah.
But I
did
almost
that.
shut one off last night, and I kept it on. But I thought it was pretty bad. So, and I think it's one a lot of people like too. To be honest with you,
Is it a new one? I mean, I turned one off last night too.
What'd you turn off?
I had I
you
couldn't
want to talk about it? Let's talk about it at the end.
Okay, we'll talk about it at the end.
All right, here's the deal, guys. Here we go. Joey, what's up, man?
Well,
I
now
see you
just
in
wanna
here.
know.
Dead End 7. I see you in here. All right, everybody, let's get going. What we're gonna do is we'll just kind of round robin. I can start the first one and then go around, and then on the next one, Mel can start, and we'll just go around. Yeah, this is not physical media releases. This is just theatrical movie releases.
New theatrical movie releases.
Yeah. So let's start with my number 5. And I know I'm going to probably get a split decision here between the two of you, I think. But if I have to... This was tough because I had a movie in my top 5 that I realized wasn't from this year, so I had to kind of bump some stuff. All right, my number 5 is going to be Longlegs. Is going to be number 5 on my list.
You did put that in your top 5.
And I know Mel did not like it, and I think Justin did, but I don't remember having a deep conversation with him about it. But that is going to be my number 5, and I thought it was different enough, even though a lot of people had some issues with some of it in the sense of like maybe it dragged a little bit in the middle, maybe they weren't really sure like what the ending really meant. I know there was a lot of chatter about that with the religious aspect of it and stuff, but I just thought it was a real cool movie. It was nice to see that kind of like, what would you even call it? Like, it's like almost like what would you call like Silence of the Lambs and
it's like
stuff
a thriller,
like
a procedural
thriller, right? Like a cop thriller or whatever you would call it.
It wasn't though. It ended up not even being that.
Well, it did. It was just had the elements were religious elements at the end, but I mean, the whole time you're in like a case trying to
it
like.
It had like
put
a
the puzzle
police
pieces
procedural for like the first 5 minutes, and then it like totally swerved into this like weird paranormal.
But I feel like that didn't
oddity.
happen until like towards the very end.
I don't know.
That
I
whole
just
middle is
rewatched
her
it
trying to
last
figure
night.
it out, like
Good
in the
garbage.
like with all the little strings and all that stuff, and trying to connect all the dots.
Yeah, but she didn't even really do anything. She didn't figure anything out. There's nothing to connect.
And I'm not even gonna say I liked it just based on the character of Longlegs. I thought Nicolas Cage was great. I wish there was more of him in the movie than there was. But I just thought it was different enough that I really dug it. And I know a lot of people, I think we talked about it before, Mel, about the marketing for this and stuff like that was very weird. And I didn't really pay attention to a lot of it. So I went into this, like I do most movies, pretty damn blind. So I wasn't sure what it was about, what I was getting. But I liked it. I thought it was a cool movie.
I loved it. I didn't know you. I don't think I knew you didn't like it, Mel.
So it's not that I.
Oh no, what's gonna happen?
You were just underwhelmed. You were just underwhelmed.
And don't try to like just because it's the popular thing to say is you're like, oh, maybe I like it a little. Just stick to your guns. Because there's plenty of movies in here that I'm gonna not like.
On my YouTube channel. You can watch it. I said it's not. I did like it. It's just it's not. The marketing of that movie was terrible. They marketed it that it was going to be the scariest movie of the year or of all time, and it was not scary at all. And then they marketed it as like it was going to be Silence of the Lambs, and it was nothing like that.
See, I thought it was.
They totally
was it like a super horror
standard out there for you as to what this movie was going to be. So
yeah,
they wrecked the movie for the audience themselves, you know what I mean? So
I think they were trying so hard to not show his character, like shroud it in mystery to build buzz and stuff. But I remember the teasers being very horror oriented, like they were definitely trying to push it more of as a horror movie, from what I remember.
I feel like
I definitely
would
thought
have given
going
the
into
audience
it
a little more about what the movie was going to be about.
I agree.
She's stuck, or is she in deep thought?
Did Zach Morris come through and do a timeout? Oh, there we go. Time in.
All right, Mel, you're back.
Am
you froze.
Yeah, you were frozen. You were frozen in a deep thought.
If they would have marketed it as a suspense thriller and not would have given a better idea about the movie, and then you wouldn't have went in with this amount.
I do agree with you. I think
you know what I mean?
I agree with that. For what I saw for the marketing stuff, I thought this was going to be a very horrific horror movie. And when we got more of in my opinion, I feel like it was very Silence of the Lambs-esque, but I wasn't expecting that. But that's what I got out of it.
I try to think of the movie in the context of if Nick Cage wasn't in it, would it be as impactful? And I'm not sure that it would be. I don't know if you guys agree.
It wouldn't have
I don't
been.
know.
Yeah.
He
I don't know.
first of all, he made the movie.
But I, feel
I
like
will
we didn't
say
get
that.
enough of
But
him to
the
really say
weird
that.
swerve at the end.
I liked how it got.
Weird.
It kind of reminded me. You know what it reminded me of? It could have. It's almost like it could have been what was the Matthew McConaughey Woody Harrelson show? True Detective.
True Detective.
It was almost like a True Detective vibe where they did go a little supernatural with it, and it was kind of weird. I thought it was a huge swing. It worked for me. I could definitely see why it wouldn't work for everybody because it goes some weird places.
But here's the thing about a police procedural is like you're supposed to be able to watch the movie again and be able to like fit the pieces together as you go. With that swerve at the end, it totally like takes the first half of the movie and throws it away. It's like, oh, sorry, this no longer makes sense. You were never going to be able to put this together as a police procedural because it's not like a detective thing you could ever figure out. You can never put the pieces together based off of this explanation at the end. I think that's what pissed me off about it, is because like in Silence of the Lambs, it's like you can fit the pieces together, figure out who the killer is, and then, you know, it's satisfying at the end when they catch him. Like it wasn't satisfying in that way at the end. I don't know. I think maybe that's
well, I just think maybe you just don't like the reasons that they gave at the end, like what it all meant. Because I guess I would argue that they kind of both Silence of the Lambs and Longlegs kind of put the main focus is really Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs and Maika Monroe's character. They are only able to solve the mystery because of her and her closeness to him. You know what I mean? So in essence, a regular detective couldn't have figured it out, but she's so entrenched in it, you know, since she was a child.
You get that from Jodie Foster's character, but you don't really get that from Mika's character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I rewatched it last night. Like I wanted to give it another chance. I was like, will rewatching this movie change my mind about it? I'm going to try because I wanted to love it. And I just felt the same way.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Is this movie on Mel's list?
He makes movies that are kind of like that too. Like Blackcoat's Daughter, I feel is one of those either love it or hate it kind of a movie as well. Same as the Gretel and Hansel movies. They're really kind of slow and meandering and like
Hansel.
It's Gretel and Hansel. It's a real weird, trippy.
I've been wanting to watch that movie actually.
It's cool, but it's really weird and slow.
Is that how you saying it?
Yeah.
What am I saying it weird?
Yeah.
Well, Hansel and Gretel. Is it
Hansel.
Hansel? Do you say Hansel?
I say Hansel. Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel. I feel like it's
Hansel.
German,
Hansel.
right? Yeah, it's gonna be like.
You don't remember in Zoolander where a guy goes Hansel, Hansel. Now
I feel like that's how an American would say Hansel. Do
now
we have
I'm
any
frozen.
German-speaking people in the chat that can clear up this debacle?
Why am I
happening?
Garrett glitched so hard the second I said Hansel, and he couldn't get past it.
Holy shit!
Time
why
out.
Why are we having issues here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You guys
It's
need to
probably
pay y'all's internet,
StreamYard.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
dude.
What the fuck is?
I feel like I'm
going
in
on
Interstellar right now. Watching.
I know
you
this
from
is a
another-
really weird like glitch. That's
It's like a disembodied Garrett just
Holy
floating
shit.
there, and we
here?
can.
Hold on a second. Let me see. If
how
this is
funny
real.
would it be if we had to finish the stream this way?
It's like Poltergeist. He's trapped inside the TV.
That's hilarious. So I put out a poll:
God.
is The Substance Justin's #1 movie? And 53% of people said yes. 46% said no. But don't
Very
answer that
Justin coded. Nobody's gonna guess my #1. What the? This is like a Host, like that Zoom horror movie.
Oh my god, I actually kind of liked that.
That
Can
movie
you hear
ruled.
me? I mean, can you see me now?
Yeah.
I
Yo,
see
you know what
now.
happened? So
What happened,
freaking
partner?
random. So I use my phone as my cam when we do these, and I got an Amber Alert on my phone, so it froze.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, that's sad.
So I went back to check what my phone was doing, and it was like this big thing that said Amber Alert on my phone, so it froze the whole joint. Sorry, damn it. It's unprofessional behavior. What are they thinking?
Police
right.
aren't going to be coming to your
save
house.
the
are they,
children.
Garrett?
Damn it.
Not, oh, there's a Radpack stream going on. We must wait to put out this
Yeah, they need
alert.
They need to wait. Look for them later. Damn it.
Holy
I'm
shit!
doing a
Are we?
stream, I don't
Have
know
we
where
only
they are.
given? Have we? Are
I'm the only one that's
we've only done one movie?
This is why we couldn't.
Did you
This is why
write
we
your
couldn't do a
list on
top
the back
10,
of
dude.
your mail, Justin?
Yeah, I'm like, I've seen Justin.
I have it written on a piece of old mail. Yeah.
You know what that is? That's probably a bill that he's like not going to open.
Let's
He's
see.
like,
Oh shit! This is late. My electricity bill.
Late bill.
It says. What does this mean? Final notice. What does that mean?
They call him. They're like, "Oh, you haven't sent us that thing." He's like, "Oh, I didn't get it." They like go back and like watch this. And like, it's right
Like,
there. Right there.
Oh my god.
Melski, you want to go
Oh, yeah.
next with your number 5? Jesus Christ.
And you want to do 10 movies a piece?
But I feel like Long Legs is one of those
Tomorrow
movies. You have to. Long Legs was a wild one that kind of needs to be examined a little bit and explored.
I hate my list.
Oh,
You
come
always
on.
hate your list. Mel always hates her list.
My number 5 is Terrifier 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Made the list. Made the list.
It made the list. I actually really did love this movie, so it was really hard to put it at number 5, but I wrote my list out 3 different times, okay? So this is just like the third rendition of it. Terrifier 3 was in 3 different spots.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I loved it.
It's pretty well loved, I think, throughout the horror community.
I
And I
still
think that's
need that
probably what you're
second
going to
watch.
notice. What?
I still need that second watch. I feel like I should have went and saw it again in the theater. I feel like I need a second watch.
Oh, you
on it.
only went once?
I
That's
only
actually
went one
surprising
time.
to me.
I don't know what I was thinking. I wanted to go see it a couple times. I just never got around to it. So it was definitely different than I was expecting. I definitely prefer, I think, the vibe of 2. I think 2 will just always be my favorite. It's just got some like lightning in a bottle magic to it that the third one, it's still got the magic, but there's something special about 2. 3 is just brutal. It's a different vibe, a different art. It's just different.
You know what? I really need to go back and watch 2 again. I've only seen it once.
Oh, dude.
And
Yeah.
after I watched Terrifier 3, I really liked Terrifier 3. And I'm like, I don't know if I liked this better than 2. I'd probably have to go back and watch 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I have interesting stuff to say about Terrifier 3. But we can get into that because I'm sure we'll see it again later.
Oh, yes. I'll go ahead and with my number 5. Let's see. I don't want to screw this up. I didn't put these in order. I just wrote them down. I'm going to go with...
You had a list of 10.
Yeah,
well,
like
also, it's really hard to read this bullshit that I wrote down here, too.
Justin, it's like any video Justin does, he's always going to have a script.
I
say
know.
it.
Once I get off script, I'm completely fucked.
He's like, what's my line?
Strange Darling, I'm going to put at... we're going to put Strange Darling at number 5. We're going to set that one at number 5. I really, really loved that movie.
I loved that movie too.
In a list of 10, this would have been higher, probably. Obviously, like on a scale, but it's awesome. I know a lot of people may not have seen it. It was kind of a smaller movie. Who's the actor in it that we have a crush on, Mel? What's his name with the mustache?
Kyle Gallner.
Kyle Gallner. That dude's such a pimp. He's cool as hell, man.
For sure.
And
have you seen Dinner in America?
No, I want to though.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good.
Yes, definitely see that one.
But Strange Darling's a weird little movie that has lots of twists and turns. You can rent it now. But
I just watched it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I was underwhelmed, man.
You didn't
were
like it.
underwhelmed.
Yeah, I mean, it was getting so much hype, so I went into it thinking I was going to see this so different of a movie, and I watched it and I'm like, I feel like I've seen this movie like 10 times in my life.
It was different.
It
What
wasn't
do you
that
mean?
different.
It was
I mean,
like
it
a
felt
cat
like
and mouse thing. We've seen that before, but
it was
all
like
the
it was
twists and
like
turns-
a more sexual and more violent Tarantino flick. There was nothing in this movie that I was like, oh, that stood out. Like, I would probably never watch this again, ever. Like, I don't have any reason to. It's like point A, and then you go all the way to the end, and it's like there was twists and turns, but it didn't. There was no real. I don't know. Like, it just.
There were some times I was genuinely thrown
in
for.
there. There was
thrown
just
for those gasp moments, though. There's some like really crazy violent moments, and some of those turns kind of got me where I was like, oh shit, I really did not see that
It was
coming.
all about the like psychology of the movie too, and like the chick was badass.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Oh, she was. But I mean, it was just
did
like
her dirty in the end, and that
I'm
pissed
good.
me
I'll stab you. I'm good. I'll shoot you. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Like there was just it was. I don't know. It just went too. It just went too straight ahead. Like it was just like everything was like way too lined up. I just feel like there was nothing to it that I was like, oh wow, like nothing. And I was shocked that everybody was so all about it. I'm like, this just feels like every movie I saw in like 2010. Like
I think I just like Kyle Gallner in the way.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
man.
Maybe that's what you guys are doing.
He's
dude.
a stud, dude.
Not really keen on the stashes too much. So
I think it just grows in like that. I think he's one of those guys where he doesn't grow any hair right here and on the sides. It just grows in like the pirate.
This is a man stash. That's cool.
But I thought it was a cool movie. I thought it was interesting how like the first piece of text that they throw on the screen, this movie was shot.
I actually
film.
thought that, and then when the girl was running at the beginning and the way it was kind of shot, and like it showed her like in that opening crawl, I walked in, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this movie. Like when that opening crawl came and then it was her, like, and it said all the people in the movie and she was running through the field like in slow-mo with that song. Right then and there, I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna love this. Like I thought I was gonna see something like Texas Chainsaw-esque or like something like Manson Family or something like that. And all of a sudden it just was underwhelming.
So you just went into it thinking it was going to be more brutal than what it was, or what?
No, I just thought it was going to be different. Like, I just thought it was going to be something like unique. And it just, to me, it really wasn't. It was really just like, I felt like I seen this movie many times before.
I don't know. I thought it was unique. I mean, the swerve with the switch up between her and him, like, I thought that was cool. Like, I didn't call.
But I mean, watch wrestling. They swerve like that every week.
Okay,
always
cool.
going back to
wrestling. I'm gonna go watch wrestling.
Maybe we just watch Hulk Hogan.
Like,
match
hey,
and,
wait, no, he's the bad
film.
guy.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Cool.
It was so tricked.
That was like one of the more wild wrestling shoehorn references that I've heard in a long time.
It's true.
Yeah,
it was a double turn. I mean, that wasn't that. It's not that mind blowing, really.
I mean, so they turn heel. That's what they do. They wrestle.
Double turn.
I'm
dude.
just
Like,
saying,
okay.
like, I didn't see it coming, and I thought it was cool.
Mel,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
there
like,
with
the-
you. It
let's
was
not, like,
badass.
blow it
God.
out of proportion here.
Swerve.
Garrett's just the movie was just it wasn't smart
It was
enough for him.
bland. I
It
feel
wasn't
like.
smart enough for him.
But the thing is, it wasn't. I will say, I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it at all. I actually thought it was decent. It was a good movie. I don't think I'd ever watch it again. And I just feel like based on the hype that I kept hearing about it, I was like, I need to buy this and watch this because it's probably going to make my list based on what everybody's saying. When I watched it, I was kind of like, that's it.
What's up on that?
That's all I got.
Didn't Katie Video announce like a crazy collector's edition of that movie? And then I haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah, I know. I was excited to
She
buy it,
did?
but I don't think I'm going to get any more.
I wonder if it got canceled or
Well,
something.
I'm gonna buy it then if she drops it, unless Death by VHS does one.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything from
Because I like his stuff.
From where?
I said I'm not going to buy anything more of that.
Send me your
Blu-ray is just
blue
fine now.
then.
Oh, yeah.
Send you my. I'll keep the Blu-ray. You know.
Did you already get did you get a Blu-ray
Mhm.
of Strange Darling?
Mhm.
Oh, I thought I had pre-ordered one. What the fuck?
My
I'll have-
Walmart only has the DVD.
Oh, I bought one from Zavvi, like a crazy steelbook thing.
Ooh, is it the UK one? I almost pulled
Yeah.
the trigger on that because I'm
Mhm.
like, why did we not get a 4K of that? Why?
I had to get. Yeah, I think the Zavvi one is a 4K, and the steelbook it's a
Yeah.
4K. Yeah, okay, cool.
It's pretty too.
Yeah, it's really
black and
cool.
it has her with that red dripping hair.
Well, I pre-ordered that, and then I saw Katie Video announce her like little thing that had like I think a cassette tape and the 4K, and it was in this little box, kind of like how they did the Halloween Scream Factory sets. It was kind of cool, but I haven't heard anything from it yet. But anyway, I guess that's my number 5. We better fucking get rolling. God damn.
Oh, it's me back. It's back to me.
Yeah,
huh?
it's your turn.
Ooh, we're at number 4. Okay, before
Number
we get in there, I'll just
4.
kind of go through the chat really quick. Wow, it's interesting. Makara says Terrifier 2 was his least favorite out of the bunch. Movie Misfit said he liked Strange Darling. Makara says he feels like that. I don't feel like True Romance is overhyped at all. I feel like it's kind of underrated personally. But I do love Reservoir Dogs. I think Reservoir Dogs is underrated as well. Of a Tarantino flick. That's probably my favorite. I think probably Tarantino flick is Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I think so. I know most people will say like fiction or whatever, but I did like that. I see when it was the fact that it was shot on 35 millimeter. I thought for sure I was gonna really love it. Like the way it was shot was really cool.
Oh yeah.
It looked very 70s. It looked old. I like that, and that's why at the beginning I thought for sure I was gonna like really, really dig this a lot, and based on that and the hype. But what up, Joe Reese? A live wrestling buddy stream. Okay. What's up, Nerd Fap? Look at this guy. Strange Darling was a good first watch, but it was less effective on a rewatch. I could see that.
That's my cousin Jason, by the way. He has an incredible. He just had a video pop the fuck off. His substance essay.
Did you tell him your secrets to make that happen? Because he
just hit 100K on his Strange Darling video essay. He has a great channel over there. Check his shit out. It's really. He's one of those smart guys that talks about movies, and he's real smart and stuff.
Ooh, Nerd Fap?
Nerd Fap, yeah.
Wait, was it Strange Darling or was it Substance?
Did I say Strange Darlings? I meant the substance.
You said both.
Substance. The substance is what I.
Well, why don't you tell us? The family.
He was my Acquired Takes co-host. We did a few.
Okay, yeah.
So you guys have this. You have the secret that you're not telling anybody.
Yeah, we got that sauce.
Videos get viral. Yeah,
we figured out we just unlocked.
You guys got the family sauce.
We unlocked it. We got family sauce.
You guys got family sauce.
I do love hate. I love Hateful Eight as well.
Oh, Hateful Eight's so good. I could talk for hours about Hateful Eight.
I like it too. But it's funny. You know which one I don't like? We should do a Tarantino ranking. We've talked about it.
I'm dying to.
Maybe we'll do it. I'll save it. I'll save my answer then.
Because it looks like it's going to be a while.
Yeah, before that night
for the
movie
for the 10th film. Yeah,
10th. Yeah. All right, number 4. I think out of the whole mix, is probably my hottest take out of the bunch. I think.
Ew.
I would say out of my 5, this is probably the hottest take because I don't think this is going to be on anybody's list. Because I heard mixed things about this one. I heard it was awesome. It was different. I heard it was shit. So I bought it. I pre-ordered it because I didn't get to see it in the theater. And I watched it last week and I really liked it. And I think it was because it was so different than anything I've ever really seen that I thought it was really effective. And that's Violent Nature. I don't know what you guys thought about that movie. I haven't talked to either of you guys about it, but I was really impressed with that movie.
The red one.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say Red One.
No,
Red One.
I'm not going to ever watch that movie.
Fuck that movie.
That'll never happen.
I heard it was like really good.
What? I will not watch a rock movie.
Nobody told you that. Nobody on the planet said that was good.
I'm not watching any rock.
Somebody did.
If the rock is in the movie, I'm usually not watching it.
Oh yeah.
Thought it was gonna be a Christmas classic. That's what I heard. Just saying.
But yeah, I thought A Violent Nature was really good.
I loved it.
People were like, it was boring, and I was like, it was interesting. It wasn't boring to me. I loved the no sound. It was just him creeping through the woods. And as I'm watching, I'm thinking to myself, if they called this Friday the 13th, it would have worked. Like, in my opinion, like taking it at a whole different approach, because watching him walk around, all I kept thinking in my head was that was Jason. Like, I couldn't get that out of my head. In the woods, the back of his head, it's like I thought like that was Voorhees like this whole time.
It almost could have been like one of those like a different type of fan film, huh? Like if a fan
That's what I was
film went
thinking in my
wild
head.
with
I'm like,
a
this would have really
concept.
worked as a Friday the 13th fan film. Like,
Yeah.
I really kept thinking that throughout the movie, and I loved it. I thought it was just so uniquely done, to have that kind of like
Mm-hmm.
third person element to it. I thought the story was interesting. The kills were very, very, they were unique kills.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. So it's interesting because I do feel like a lot of people did shit on that one quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
because I think it was just slow to most people. But yeah, so did you like it, Justin? You said?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Mel,
It
did
was
you
such a
watch it?
vibe.
I didn't watch this one. I was watching so many other things, but I heard this one wasn't for me, so I didn't bother taking the time. So
I would give it a shot on a rainy day one of these days. It's really, really cool. It's so unique. It's like there's an aspect out of many slashers. Like every slasher will have that scene where you kind of see the POV peeking through the trees. And this guy just said, man, what if that was the whole movie? And on paper, it's like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Somehow they pulled it off they told you whatever the tiny bit of lore that they do tell you is just enough. They did a unique thing where you do follow like the campers and the people like that are going to get killed, but you almost hear just their muffled voices. So like what they're saying really isn't important. It's all about the killer. Just the killer just kind of vibing for an hour and a half and killing people. And the kills are really drawn out and crazy. It's a movie that should not work, but it just does. I loved it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I just didn't figure it would probably place in my top 5, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that.
What's up, Dino?
Hey, Dino.
It did feel like you were playing the Friday 13th video game. I think this is a really good way to put it. It kind of felt like an art house Friday.
Nice.
For real. I didn't know what to expect going into it because I did hear such mixed things. I actually almost put it off too, and I was finally like, I'll just watch it. And then I'm glad I did because it definitely snuck into this list here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mel, what we got? Number 4.
So I put out a poll.
No, what for your list? Like, what should be my number 4?
Yeah. And Strange Darling, surprisingly enough, should be my number. No. I put out a poll. Strange Darling, overrated or underrated? Overrated, I guess.
People went with overrated, huh?
Yeah, people 53% said overrated.
It's like, well, these are probably all wrestling fans who have seen this movie over. Yeah,
they've seen this shit
time and time again. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
100%. Yeah.
But number 4,
this is no high tension swerve, and when I saw that for the first time, I was like, whoa, that's a real swerve. This was just kind of like, I thought that was the bad guy.
That's a really good comp, though. That's a really good comp.
Okay, first of all, that swerve in high tension just was ridiculous. I hate movies where you have to suspend all belief.
Yeah.
Anyway, my number 4 was Strange Darling.
Cool.
So we already talked about it.
You got good taste.
Thanks.
And then we already talked about it, so I'll just knock this out. Long Legs. We're on number 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God damn. Yeah, Long Legs is my number 4. Yeah. I loved it.
I'm the only one that didn't like that one.
I had my parents over, and me and my sister and my parents watched it, and they loved it. I just got such the vibe. But to be honest with you, I don't know if it would be sitting in my top 5 if Nick Cage wasn't so fucking great in that movie, even if he's in there for just a little bit. But that's not to discredit is it Micah? Is that how you say her name? I never know if I say her name right. Micah, whatever her name is. She's really, really good too. Although it seems a little one note, she's doing a lot like with her character, I thought, and the writing was cool. So, and I just really like what's his face's Perkins, Osgood Perkins. So, but anyway, we already talked about that movie for like an hour and a half. So
yeah, I think we're gonna start having a lot more similarities too as we get into our top 3 here. But it's interesting because McHara says Strange Darling says 2023 on IMDb, which is funny because there was another movie that actually made my list that I saw in 2024, but I guess it was a 2023 movie, so I didn't put it on there.
Sometimes that happens
it
when
was
like the
interesting, yeah.
premiere of like if it premieres at a festival or does a little festival run, that'll be officially like the release date, but it didn't get like theatrical or streaming a release until the following year. So sometimes it gets a little weird depending on that initial release. I think he is probably right though, but we can fudge it a little bit for fun.
Fudge for fun.
Fudge for fun. Let's just fudge it for fun.
Come over here
Hey,
and
like,
fudge
you wanna
it
do,
for
like,
fun.
You want to
Justin, make that shirt.
That's a shirt. Can we fudge for fun?
You want to come over and fudge it for fun?
What the fuck is going on here?
Let's just fudge for fun. How's that sound?
I'm gonna need somebody to make that shirt for Justin.
I
Thanks.
need it.
So is that how you cheated, or did you cheat somewhere else? Because they said you were cheating by using the poll system. So but you also said you cheated before that. So is there a different cheat somewhere else?
Oh shit!
I don't know.
What's going on in
Someone
that
saying
chat?
Violent Nature out of print already, Blu-ray? Really?
I was just looking
Is
at
it really?
the slipcover version is
what
it's
I
because it has the fucking slipcover. If you can find a regular Blu-ray and it's like $20.
So you mean the slipcover I put in that box back there is
Yeah,
what everybody wants?
yeah, for real. I slept on it. I was like, it'll be around, and I was actually just looking at that on eBay today, and it's not available. It says like we don't know if this item will be back in stock on Amazon. Somebody
Which
else
means
will
it's
put
gonna
that
get
out.
a 4K or a steelbook or some shit. That movie just
Right.
doesn't disappear. It just
Right.
came out. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
What up, T?
What
Hey,
is
Tina.
going on?
All right. We are
3.
on number 3, guys. We are already at number 3. It's been 47 minutes, and we are on number 3. This
We're
is
moving
good,
right
good,
along,
good.
huh?
Yeah, what's going on? See, she just saw the notification on Mel's story. Are you guys not getting
Yeah, thanks,
notified
Tina.
that we
I
are
need
live?
you here, girl.
Please,
These boys are driving me crazy.
please hit the notification button on the Radpack channel and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you think this is my channel or Mel's channel or whatever, make sure you subscribe because it is its own channel for the podcast, and hit the notifications because people said they're not seeing them. So don't know why that is. But number 3 is one that is on all of our lists. We've talked about it briefly, and that's going to be Terrifier 3 on my list at my number 3 spot. I liked it a lot. I don't know if I like this better than part 2. I've only seen part 2 once. I've only seen this once. But I dig the Christmas element to it. I'm a sucker for Christmas horror, so that won me over right away. I thought this was a good movie. I thought this was a great story. A part of me feels like, to me, this felt more of like a movie than part 2 did. Part 2 just seemed kind of like it was just doing shit just to do it. But again, I have to go back and watch it. People asked me, did I think Terrifier 3 was too gruesome and brutal and violent? I actually went in expecting it to be worse than it was. I thought this was actually not as crazy as I was expecting it. I thought the hype behind it was more than what we got. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. For the type of person I am and what I like in movies, I don't need that. So there's actually scenes in this movie that I think they added gore because it's Terrifier when it was really not needed for this story. Like, and for me, like, I probably would have, if it was me, I would have taken out the shower scene. I don't think that was needed. It was gross and gory, but like, who gives a shit? Like, it didn't really do anything to the story for me. I liked the story. I liked the beginning with the, with Chrissy Fox and that whole thing. And then I liked that it went back in time. I liked her coming out of, the rehab center. I just liked everything about it. My only issues is that I feel like they were doing gore just to have more gore because it's Terrifier, when in my opinion, it wasn't really needed, because this movie was actually really good.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where this kind of goes now, because now we understand, like, okay, he is supernatural and this is why. And I didn't realize at first that the chick from the first one now, or his sidekick chick who did really good in this, was actually the little girl kind
Right.
of.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really understand how that all worked. Is it because of some kind of possession thing? Like, that's
it transferred
thing,
to her when she had the head or something in the second one. I forget that all. They kind of laid it all out at the beginning of that. I liked how they kind of showed the exact stitch of time between the second and third one. But I completely agree with you, Garrett, that was what was missing for me, was all the character stuff from the second one, where the second one a lot of people felt it was bloated because of the runtime. A lot of that extra time was all the extra story stuff. And on this one, I think they kind of cut some of the story, character, dialogue stuff, like you said, to add the gore. And although I loved it, I think I could have loved it more, and maybe it could have even surpassed part 3 if it had just a little bit more of the heart. Sienna and Jonathan, I were apart too much. They should have been together more, but I did like it a lot.
Yeah, I think she was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a big future, I think she does. But yeah, I liked it. And I have an interesting experience with the whole Terrifier franchise. Like, I'm not a gore hound, so that shit doesn't really matter to me. I don't watch Terrifier for the gore at all. To be honest, I hated, and I still do not like the original one at all. Like, I think it's a shitty movie. I think it was just a cat and mouse gore for no reason. But obviously that was what the game plan was, I guess, for this whole thing. Terrifier 2 I liked. But again, I haven't seen it since that first time I watched it when it came out on physical or whatever. But I do need to go back and check it out, because I really don't know what I feel about it now in comparison to the third one. But did you ever think a Terrifier movie would make it to my list of 5 movies of the year?
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it has definitely kind of won me over, especially after the debacle of that first one. So. But that's just me.
I'm not the biggest fan of the first one either. Come here, buddy.
All right, Melski, where are we going?
What are we at? 3?
We're at 3, Mel.
Okay, 3's where I cheated.
Oh, you cheated here too?
What do you mean here too? This is the only place I cheated, okay?
But you put a poll up to ask about your fourth pick. So is that cheating or no?
I didn't put a poll up to ask about my 4th pick. I put Fall Guy on my list. I know we were trying to keep it more horror, but
no,
Fall Guy.
I'm fine with going without horror. I just didn't see a lot of that, but I'm fine with it.
Literally changed my whole outlook on a particular actor, so I had to put it on the list. I thought this movie was great. I'm a huge action buff, so this movie was like a love letter to all action movies, so it had to be on the list. It was great. I loved it. Ryan Gosling is now like one of my favorite actors. He is kind of like my spirit animal this year.
Where you been with that?
Barbie.
The Barbie gifts are just funny. Okay. So Fall Guy is my number 3. So there.
I need to say that I'm a big Ryan Gosling fan. I love the
watch Fall Guy. It's so charming. It's so charming, and it's not just like a romantic comedy. It is hardcore action too, mostly.
So yeah, I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan as well, but I'm not a modern action fan at all. I don't even know if I'd call a lot of these movies true action movies at all. It's just CGI movies with guys jumping around in it. That's kind of how I look at modern action. So I wasn't planning on seeing Fall Guy at all, because I don't like those kind of movies. It just doesn't work for me. But she told me to check it out, and I did like Ryan Gosling, whatever. So I watched it. I actually really liked it a lot. And we could talk about this a little bit more later, because this did fall into an honorable mention for me, because I thought this was way better than I thought I was going to like this. I didn't think I was going to like this at all. And I really did like it. And I liked it better than a movie that we can talk about later that I think more people would have put at the top of their list. But yeah, we can talk about that as we go. But I thought it was a really, really good movie.
If you, did you guys see The Nice Guys with him and Russell Crowe?
I didn't like that.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I had it, and I actually sold it. I had the Blu-ray, and I was like, this sucks. So
I think Mel would like that. I think Mel
she
would
likes
like
that one. I think she actually is mad that I sold it.
What?
Nice Guys?
I love that movie.
Yeah, I thought, okay, yeah.
I keep trying to get him to watch it, and he won't.
I watched it once, and I thought it was trash, so I sold
wanted
the
you to
Blu-ray,
rewatch it, and
I gotta
won't.
watch it again, apparently.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I don't like
supposed
him
to
in like
weeks
I don't like
ago.
Ryan Gosling in like comedic roles. Like
You know,
I
the
love-
first role that I ever saw him in was that movie with Sandra Bullock. Is it called A Perfect Murder? Or
Yeah,
something
Perfect
murder.
Murder.
Murder by
Okay.
Numbers.
Oh, that one.
That movie rules. It's so good.
Wait, did I buy that?
You got to see it. If you're
I don't
just
know. After I like found love for him, I went
Yeah,
and bought
if
like
you're-
a
if
slew
you're-
of his movies.
if you're just now entering your Ryan Gosling era, see that. It's like him and one of the guys from Mad Men, Ryan. And this is like Ryan Gosling way back in the day. He's all scrawny and shit. And him and his buddy just want to see if they can get away with a murder. So they, do it. And then
I have this
Sandra
weird
Bullock
movie.
tries to hide him or catch him. I'm
Lars and the
sorry.
Real Girl. I have that. It's with
Oh,
Ryan
that's a fun
Gosling
movie.
as a sex doll or whatever. Yeah.
I literally just watched the trailer for that today because I was on Umbrella's website and they have that.
It's a cute little movie.
I was thinking about picking it up.
But I still think my favorite Ryan Gosling movie is Drive, or Place Beyond the Pines is probably right
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
good.
That's
Yeah.
a really good one.
I think that's like
At least
right
the
up
first
there.
half. I like the first half of it.
But I went during that
switches.
period. But
does.
I think that it works really well. I actually like the switch.
Yeah, it's a
But-
cool movie.
Like around that time, I was buying all his shit because he was in a lot of stuff around that time, tons. So I have like a whole like Blue Valentine and what's the other one that it was like Neon something or whatever he was in and all that other stuff. But yeah, the Notebook was the first time I ever saw him. Actually, I think.
See, that's what killed him for me because I watched that movie and I hated it. And I was like, nope, I don't like him. And then I never did him again.
Never did him again. Never did him ever again.
Nice guys is shit.
This
Shit.
guy's is not.
American Hustle is good though. I like American Hustle a lot.
Nice Guys is great. I love it.
Oh god, you guys have weird. You guys have
It's
weird
so
comedic taste.
It's
Corky.
Shane Black.
You need to rewatch it. You need to
It's too-
rewatch
It was
it.
too silly for me.
It's not silly. It's funny.
I love how he compared the other movie to a wrestling, but not that goofy, silly ass movie.
To
You think
wrestling?
Nice
I don't know what
Guys
to-
is,
I don't know what-
is goofy
I don't know
and
what to-
silly?
I don't know
They're
what
banging
to
into stuff
compare
and
it
throwing each other around.
banging into
Banging
stuff.
into
That's
stuff.
not winning me over right now.
That's
They're
all they do
walking
is just
into-
bang
they're
into
walking into
chairs.
poles and stuff. Like
Then they
is
just bash into chairs and shit. Like
It's
lot of
so
that
good.
comedy. Like is that what it is? They're walking- It's
Bang.
like Three Stooges or something. He's like, remember the part where he's like hey, here, like, Justin, like, this is the best.
Oh my god, dude!
You're the worst.
Stepping on
Oh my
rakes and shit.
God.
Is it my turn? My three, or is it? It's three, right?
Yeah.
Mine, we pretty much already talked about it. Terrifier 3.
Oh wow, yours is at 3 too. I actually thought it was gonna be a lot higher than that, but cool.
Stay tuned. Got some crazy stuff that's about to go down.
Yeah, where's our internet breaker?
It
Is it
hasn't
next?
happened yet.
Hmm.
About to break the internet.
I want this internet breaker and I want to know.
Exactly. They're making the nice guys feel like they're not winning anybody over. They're making it
Nice
sound like-
They're throwing pies in each other's face and shit.
Right. Okay.
Whoopee cushions and
He
shit.
does like this, like-
Yeah, they're doing shit like that.
Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so we're starting to get all the same shit going on now, which is good because again, it shows that in some aspects we agree, some aspects we don't. That was super weird. I just looked down and I saw Justin like looked like he was making out with something, and then I looked and it was just Pete. Like, what the
Just making out with Pete. He's chilling. He's cozy as hell up here.
credibility. I have the most credibility out of anybody because I'm real. I don't just like everything around here. Come on now.
No,
Come
he
on
likes nothing.
I know he generally
Come
hates
on.
everything.
He generally
Because
likes
we live in a mediocre
nothing,
society, and I'm not just gonna
though.
be like, oh, it's good just because. No, like
So-
fucking win me over here. Like do something. Like do something different.
This is the guy. Never mind. I was gonna say it's a Halloween 3 shirt, but it's not. What is that?
Silver Scream.
Silver
Oh,
Scream.
cool.
All right. Yeah, Corey Haim movies. Corey Haim movies. Actually, Prayer of the Roller Boys is a way better movie than Nice Guys. So if you don't
You
know
can't
about Prayer
even
of the Roller
compare
Boys,
those two. Prayer of the
Oh
Roller
my
Boys
God.
isn't
You
a
get on it.
comedy.
There's criteria that have to be met for a Garrett movie. There has to be some sort of BMX bike, extreme
It
sports.
has to have Corey Haim in it.
Yeah, it has to have Corey
Corey
Haim,
Haim
lots
has
of
to be in it.
hairspray. There must be like a certain amount of jean jackets and dangly earrings. Like there's
Some
like a
kind of wrestling
checklist.
reference.
Yeah, checklist. All right. What Critters 4 over what? Nice Guys? Yeah. Critters 4 over a lot of other stuff? No. Come on, Chris L. You have no clue what you're talking about. All right. Number 2 is Maxine. Is my number 2 movie.
Oh.
I love Maxine. I think the definition of cool is I think what Maxine is. There's not anything about it that I'm like, oh my God, this is, it did this in it, did this in it, did this in it. But I can watch that movie and I've watched it 3 times already. And it's just cool all around, I think. Oh my God. That's my credibility. Wait, is this the same guy that you did the show with where you like that friggin' other
That's
movie
his
from the other
cousin.
country?
Shush.
Wait, was this that one that you guys were like drooling over that like movie from the other country?
That's the fam sauce, okay?
Oh God, you're talking about RRR.
Oh
Shouts
my
out
God, I
RRR.
can't
Shouts
take
out.
him seriously right now. Get out of here! Come on now, that's insanity.
Did you ever watch RRR?
Hell no! I watched the clips that you sent me, and I was like, "What is this garbage? I never watched this in my life." Freaking dancing in the sky, shit, dude. Come on, it's not a movie. What is
Dancing in the Sky?
Come on.
It's so good.
Oh my God. But no, Maxine was great. Maxine was cool. I actually think Maxine is, well, I don't know. X I still love a lot, but I thought Maxine was better than Pearl. Pearl's the
best
weakest
one,
in my opinion. I don't know how much runtime RR has. I'll never watch it. So
you know what I missed on?
I saw enough by the 5 minutes he sent me.
Did you I for whatever reason I just slept on it. There was too much shit coming out, but I forgot to check the A24 merch when Maxine came out. There was a really cool print. Did you see the print with the stack of VHS tapes and the labels made up her face? Did you score that one? Did you get that?
No, I didn't. Because I got the one sheet and stuff, so I was like,
yeah,
I gotta take it easy on that. I'm actually waiting for I think you might have got it too, but some artist was doing the prints for Pearl and Maxine where I'm trying to think what he did. It was like a specific look that it had. And I'm hoping he does a Maxine one because I have the other two and I wanted to go.
Did you do one like the one with like the alligator in it was like the focus and there was a couple?
No, the one for X was like it almost kind of looked like what was the other one that she was in there? Where it shows her like her nose above the water.
Yeah.
He did one like that for X, and then I forget what the Pearl one was, but I was hoping he did a Maxine one, but no, I didn't get that one. But I just think, like I said, there's something about the movie, like I see people talking about the plot and stuff like that. I agree, but I think
the third act, man,
kind of just feels it's just a fun watch. Like the atmosphere is awesome, the music, it just feels cool. Like there's something about it that I feel like I can just put it on anytime and just chill and watch it. That's why I made my list.
I love everything, but just kind of the whole third act. I felt it just jumped the shark a little bit with all the stuff with her dad and the people at the pool. I'm like, this is not the climax that I wanted. It just
I agree. It was a little bit weak. I think that what would have saved it though is I wish that the actor who played her father was somebody like really big.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe
Turned
it was
around and I was kind of
issue.
like, oh, like imagine if he turned around and it was like I'm not gonna say this because you're gonna be like, oh, he sucks. But like, well, imagine he stood up and her father was like Bill Murray or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it would have been a picture.
Rutger Hauer. Give me Rutger Hauer in that role.
It was like if it was all of a sudden a person that you would have never expected as the actor who was playing that character, right? Like I think that would have given a little bit more of like flavor if all of a sudden her father was like a huge name that you didn't even know was in this movie.
Yeah.
I think something like that would have probably helped it a little bit, but
cool movie though. The face casting scenes, one of my favorite scenes in the movie. The Psycho House part's awesome. There's a bunch of cool shit in that movie. What are you reading,
Mel, what
Garrett?
you got?
Looks
No,
like
I'm
something
just
just
reading a
made
comment.
Garrett.
I'm gonna read a
salty.
comment that I'm gonna shit on later, but
Yeah, something just totally fucking threw Garrett off. I'm like, what the hell did he just read?
oh my god. All right. What's your number 2, Melski?
First, I did a poll.
I was gonna say check the poll first.
Oh my god.
I've
Stick
been
to the list.
I've been slinging polls like this whole time. 42% of people you have to rewatch Nice Guys, just FYI.
Love for Nice Guys.
The chat has spoken.
All right.
My number 2 is Substance.
Nice. Damn,
Nice.
what's your number 1 then?
I know what number 1 is. I'm shocked that it still is, but
I thought it was gonna be. I thought Substance was gonna be a number 1.
No,
I'm
I know where she's going.
completely thrown off my
Yeah,
game
you
now. I'm
probably
completely taken. I'm blindsided.
Why did you think everyone's number 1 was going to be
That's
Substance?
what I was thinking. Yeah.
I mean, it very well could have been because it was really good. But
That's my number 2 as well, by the way. So I might as well get that out of the way. I
Mid-level
fucking
did
love
recommend
the
me that
movie.
what's the movie you recommended me? The singy one that was terrible that I gave to
Sing
Justin for
Street.
Christmas. Sing Street.
And then you re-gifted it to me. You couldn't even stand for it to be under the same roof as you, dude.
I got rid of that thing quick.
Fucking garbage.
wait, did you just say Substance was your number 2?
Yeah.
Wow. See, I didn't think that.
What?
I don't know what
I
number one is.
That's what I'm
didn't think
saying. I
that
said-
either.
My number 1 is a choice that's going to shock the world.
No, you guys are all wrong on Mel's number 1. I know it's gonna be.
The poll, everyone said that they thought Substance was going to be your number 1 too.
I thought it was gonna be
Wait,
Justin's
what
number
what
one.
does everybody think my number 1's going to be? The Crow?
Crow and
Beetlejuice? Oh,
The Crow.
I don't know. We'll see.
No.
All right, so this is our number ones, right?
That'd be such bullshit.
number 1.
What?
That would be a troll pick that you wouldn't if you picked that.
The Crow?
Yeah. So what are we on number 2? Oh yeah, my number 2 Substance. I already said that. How good is that movie? How good is the
So
sub?
good.
Like from the moment I swear to God, within the first 10 minutes of that movie, I was like, "Oh, this is like a classic. This is going to be a classic."
Wait,
Instantly.
can we talk for a second about Justin's Substance being number 2?
Yeah, I thought for sure
What
that
the
was
hell
number
is
1.
your number 1? I am like-
wouldn't you like to know? That's the
I'm fucking baffled. Wait, is the internet breaker the fact that Substance
It's
is
gotta be.
your number 2, or is the internet?
No, I think it's
breaker your
number 1 is going to be the
one?
breaker, and I'm looking right now at what it could possibly be. I don't know.
you guys are gonna get pissed. Mel's gonna be pissed when she hears my number 1 for
Wait,
real.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought I just figured it out. Did I not figure it out?
No, there's gonna be some kind of I don't even I've
Do I
said
know
too
what it
much
is?
already. You know of it.
Did we talk about it?
Maybe.
I have a feeling I might know what it is, actually. So, we'll see. I might not
Wait
even
a
have seen it,
minute.
to be honest. I might not even seen it.
I guarantee you the director, Garrett, hates every frame of every movie that the director
Oh,
recommends.
Jesus. Maybe I don't know then. All right. Well, we'll have to keep talking. We'll have to see. All right.
When we get to Justin's
I
number
really
1,
threw
we
a
need
wrench in the
guess.
show here with this.
Yes, you
fucking-
did. Because I
Substance.
thought
All right. So do you want to? How about
Justin's
this? When we
gonna
get
be
to
your number 1 and
Justin's,
your internet
we can
breaker.
guess before he says it. How's that? Me and
You'll
her
never
can each
guess.
throw a guess out there.
I could
All
be
right.
cheating too. You never know. Could be breaking
Nah,
the
he's not-
rules.
He wouldn't cheat. He wouldn't cheat.
I could be breaking rules.
If it's hot and frosty.
The technical hot and frosty. Not me wanting to watch that movie now. My dad's obsessed. He like writes down a list of all the different Hallmark movies that he wants to watch and
Wow.
just checks them off
Scott?
his list. Yeah, and he knows all the
Scotty boy?
actors in them. Well, he knows all the leading ladies, which my
I
mom
like
hates.
that.
They're all a bunch of hot babes. And he's like, I think, come to think of it, that's probably how he picks the ones that he wants to watch because of the broads in them.
Oh Lord.
You're like, why are you always
Yeah.
watching Candace Cameron on this thing over here?
They have some babes in those movies, though. Not gonna lie.
They got to.
Of course. What's your number Oh, are we at number one now?
My number one, yeah.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be Substance. Is gonna be my number one.
All right.
I'm gonna tell
The one
you.
dragged your feet on. I had to beg you to watch that movie for weeks.
No. I don't think
I
so.
said, "Here, this
No.
will be
I
your
didn't
number
drag my
one
feet
movie
on
of
it.
the
I just
year."
didn't see it in the theater, and you were like, "Well, you got to see it." But like I said, it's hard for me to get to the theater, so I was only able to see it once I knew I had access to watch it. I wanted to see it from day one. I just don't. I can't get to the theater like you can, so therefore I knew I had to wait. But I mean, dude,
I said,
I
"This will
have
be your
not seen a
favorite movie of the
movie
year."
that's completely blown me away in a
Mhm.
real long time.
I know.
Like that movie did. That
Mhm.
movie was like, it just worked for me on all levels. Like number one, I loved Demi Moore, like I always have. So that was already a plus for me.
Mhm.
Number two, you add that fitness element. Number three, you add the element of wanting to
Oh,
be younger.
right.
Like, this
knew
is like
that
my whole
spandex
life.
Oh, we had
had
the
you.
The
You know.
spandex, the 80s, the vibe.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
The
You know, I'm-
spandex
I'm-
jumpers.
I'm taking my own activator over here
Pump
to try,
it up.
so it's
You gotta pump it up.
I really worked for me. And then not only was it working for me the whole time, like I'm a huge fan of, Hen and Lauder. I'm a huge fan of what's his name there? Oh my
Stuart
god,
Gordon.
I'm losing my freaking train of thought here. Society, Reanimator. Stuart Gordon.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Mhm.
Yeah. And oh my god, I'm losing my fucking mind here. Videodrome. What's his name?
Oh, Cronenberg.
Cronenberg. So between those three, like I love all that shit.
The practical
So-
effects.
All of a sudden now this is kind of getting to that body horror element to an extent, which is just kind of getting wonky. And I'm like, oh my god, I like this. And then all of a sudden when it gets really crazy towards the end
Mhm.
with that practical effect work and stuff, I'm like, holy shit. Like I was literally was shocked at what I was watching, like on how good it
Yeah.
was and the chances that they took. And for Demi Moore to be part of a movie like this, and for her to get completely naked in this was also shocking to me at her age that she would agree to this. I just thought everything worked for me. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think I've seen a modern movie this good in a real long time.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's got to be my number one.
It's kind of a perfect movie.
I think
Instant
in
I
a
agree with
weird
that.
way it is. I can see a lot of people like not liking like where it goes because most people aren't really into weird shit like that.
I
But to
did.
kind of throw that in there,
I never thought in my wildest dreams that it was going to go full 80s practical effects.
even as I was watching it,
I
I
was
didn't know,
shocked.
not at all.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad it did though, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really the end that breaks it for most people. Like all
Mhm.
of the reviews and stuff that I read and I heard people talking about, they were in it all the way till the end, and the end is what ruined
I
it.
can
for
see
them.
that. I think it takes a certain type of movie fan to like that kind of stuff.
You
Like I
have to
love
like that
Society.
Cronenberg
Society is
type
like
stuff.
one of my favorite movies from the horror genre from the 80s, 90s. But yeah, I friggin' loved it. Loved it.
Me too.
Me too.
All right. I know Mel's. It's a hot take, dude. But it's a good
It's
movie.
not
I
a
actually
hot
like it.
take. It's a
It's going to be
Mel
Winnie the
movie.
Pooh too.
It's a hot take. No one has mentioned that movie in this chat since since we went live. So the fact that we're talking about top 5 movies of this year and no one's once mentioned this movie at all, I think it's a pretty hot take.
I did
we
a
haven't
movie
mentioned
review
any
on it,
conversation.
and
Chat
I
hasn't brought it up in
gushed
any
over this
conversation.
movie.
I think it's a good movie, but I think it's a hot take for sure.
Say Beetlejuice. Say
Nope.
it twice.
Mm-mm.
The Crow. No.
Do you want to take a poll to see if you should change your first one or?
If I should change
Do a
it,
poll.
I
Is it
will
The
give-
Crow or the other one? What was the other
I
one?
will give you credit though. You stuck to your guns the whole year, like on this.
I
This
mean,
is a
it
movie
is
that
what
came
it
out early
is.
this year.
It's Beetlejuice.
It's Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh, shit. From left field, Lisa Franken. I completely forgot about that movie.
Everybody did.
Damn.
It's the modern day My Boyfriend's Back. It's fucking great. It's horror comedy at its finest. It's like It's a modern day 90s gem.
Garrett loved
Love
I
it.
thought it was good. I agree. I mean, it's not my number one, but I think it was a really good movie. It was fun.
Oh, come on, McClure.
I love My Boyfriend's Back. I didn't love that one, but I'm glad you loved that movie. That movie I think it's going to be a cult, like a little cult, Jennifer's Body type of thing going on with that movie.
Well, and it was great too because it was funny and it just has this weird little storyline to it, but it has some really decent gore in it too. I don't know. It just it hit all the things for me.
I think if it would have been a different actor instead of Cole Sprouse, it would have been a completely different experience for me.
100%. But it also had that chick in it who
she's awesome.
Yeah, apparently
I was so
really
excited
like.
for it because it's Diablo Cody too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand that kid. I think it's seriously just Cole Sprouse that I just could not get past. I
like him. He made that part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was solid. All right, do you want to throw picks at Justin?
Yeah. Is it Smile 2?
It's not.
Oh yeah, it's
Do
got.
you want me to say if it's not or?
Do
Do you want to just try to
kind of-
guess it? If you guess it, I'll tell you.
It's not Smile 2?
It's not Smile
Love
2.
Lies Bleeding.
Nope.
I don't know.
You're never gonna guess it.
Never.
Is it Low Lives?
Oh, that was a good movie.
Oh, I
It
like
wasn't
that
top
one a
5
lot.
good, but
No, it
What do you
wasn't
mean
top
we're
What is it,
never gonna guess it? Is it Blood and Honey?
You're gonna get pissed and you're gonna you may disqualify me.
Kick him
All right, so-
out if we don't like it.
I may be disqualified. This may not be a applicable choice.
What do you mean?
is it
Okay.
called?
Is it not from
Talk
this
of
year?
Chucky?
My number one movie of the entire year, and I've been saying it's going to be my number one movie of the entire year since the beginning of the year, and that is Robert Eggers' Nosferatu,
Oh.
a film I haven't even seen,
Oh God, come on now.
but I know it's my favorite of the
Oh
year.
my God.
Therefore, it is my number one of the year. Robert Eggers' new
That's silliness.
vampire film
That's silliness.
starring Willem Dafoe,
That's silliness.
some other cool dudes.
You're throwing
Period
you're putting.
accurate Nosferatu gothic horror movie from Robert Eggers, my number one film of the year.
I think people are going to be disappointed with that. 100%.
Oh, give me a freaking
100%.
break, dude.
I mean, I'm hoping for the best, dude, but
It's going to be the
Wes
best
Anderson,
movie of the year,
something
maybe
like
the best horror movie of the
not
last
even.
20 years.
I don't know. I mean, that's a big.
You're literally calling Nosferatu as your number one movie of the year.
Yeah. I told you it was an explosive
You're
choice, and
such
it was
a
a
nerd.
hot take.
But the problem is now is that you're going to force yourself to like it with a hot take like that.
Yeah, I did
That's
it with the
problem.
Northman, and I'll do it with this one too.
Oh, see, I didn't like the Northman.
I loved it. Favorite
Oh.
movie that year.
I don't think this is gonna. It's hard. I would like it to be good. I just really don't think it's going to be.
What? See, now you're gonna force yourself not to like it.
No, I trust
That
me. I want to
attitude,
like it.
mister.
I just think I don't think that it's not going to be good. I just think that people are going to put it on such a pedestal that I think they're going to be disappointed.
Not me.
But-
Favorite of the year.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about it. I've been trying to avoid all things, but I'm gonna go see it.
I mean, I don't know. It's a big hot take right there.
I'm a big Eggers fan. I love his stuff.
You cheated worse than I did.
I know I did cheat.
Sucker.
But there's some I completely had to eliminate like VH. These aren't my honorables. These are the ones that got bumped. VHS Beyond, I Saw
That
the
was
TV
good.
Glow, Alien Romulus.
Wait. You watched I Saw the TV Glow and liked it?
I loved it. I own it. I own the
I watched it the other
A24
night
edition.
and I thought it was decent.
It's
I
cool.
watched it and I did not like that movie.
I'm going to tell
Really?
you right now. You want me to tell you
Really?
one of the worst movies of the
Yeah.
year for me?
What?
Alien Romulus.
I liked it. It wasn't amazing. but
Holy
it was
shit,
good.
dude. That was so fucking bad.
It was okay.
I watched it
wasn't
last
bad.
night. I was like, this was a CGI fucking mess. They were like, oh, it's all practical. Yeah, 40% practical. The rest is like, what, the ship's practical? The face huggers were CGI. The guy's face was AI. What the hell was that? The story was junk, and the cast of those kids were terrible.
The cast
What
was
the
too
hell?
young. That was the most annoying thing for me. They're like
Dude,
babies. They're
I
like,
was so
Stranger
disappointed when I
Things
watched that. I
style.
was like, this was
Yeah.
like so fucking bad. Like literally, that's on my shit list for the year right now. There's like 2 movies that I watched this year that I'm like dog shit.
Oh, we should have done a worst of the year.
Romulus and friggin' Roadhouse were the 2 movies that I
Yeah,
was
we
like,
should have had like
absolutely-
5.
We
and
should
5.
do a member. Have we already done a member show for this year, for this month?
No, we didn't.
No,
We should do a members
and do
worst
worst of
of the
Oh
year.
my god.
and just completely shit on these movies.
Holy shit.
That would be
It was-
fun.
I was so disappointed after I watched that. I was like, this, I can't even believe that people were putting this over.
I'm gonna shit on long legs for 10 minutes.
That'd be fun. Let's do that. Let's figure it out. I want to talk.
Worst
shit on
movie of the
screen.
year was the Babysitter's Dead remake. I didn't see that, but I can guarantee that was probably pretty
Oh
bad.
god, I didn't even
I didn't see that either.
click on it. Wouldn't even give it a click.
Holy mackerel. I can't even believe you just said one of your top 10 was Romulus.
I watched a cool movie.
That's why I laughed in the chat earlier, because I saw a couple people say Romulus is one of their favorites, and I had to laugh to myself.
There's a cool movie that's on Netflix now called It's What's Inside.
I watched that.
Did you
I
love?
liked it. Mhm.
I thought it was really cool. That lead actor is great. I remember him from he was a tiny role in not Green. I keep on wanting to say Green Mile. What's the Nazi punk movie? Green
Yeah, Green Room.
Green Room. Yeah. He
Mhm.
plays the reporter that interviews him in that little. Anyway, the lead actor is really cool. It's a really cool premise about. It's kind of like Talk to Me meets Bodies, Bodies, Bodies in a way, where he has this
Don't
suitcase.
say that.
He has this suitcase.
No,
and it's-
this movie's it's fun.
Don't say bodies, bodies, bodies.
Okay,
around
so
me
we're in
every
a
weekend.
circle, and it's like Talk to Me style. Let's party, and we hook electrodes up to our heads, and our consciousness switches bodies. So Garrett, you become in my body. I go in Mel's
Oh, no, I don't wanna
body.
do that.
Mel goes in your body, and you're looking at yourself like, what the fuck? And they do it as like a party trick, but then shit hits the fan. It's actually
It's
really
on
good.
Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's interesting. All
Fizzles out like I won't even say it fizzles out. It's not going to be the best movie of the year, but it's really
It's
cool.
good. It's worth
good.
watching.
Absolutely. I wish that
I'll
could have
check
been
it out.
somewhere in my list, but I wanted to recommend it. Yeah, and the VHS Beyond was good. I saw the 2V Glow. Yeah, those aren't even my honorables. Smile 2 was in my honorables.
Yeah, I watched
I didn't
Smile
see
too.
that one.
I thought it was good.
I was so happy to hear that you liked it because
Mhm.
I refused to see it. And then my buddy over there at NerdFap was like, dude, I'm telling you, I know it appears that it's going to suck and be the shittiest movie ever. I'm telling you, it's going to surprise you. And I'll be goddamned. I went to the theater and watched that movie, and I was shocked at how good it was. Because the first one was very mid to me. It was fine.
Mhm.
I
It's
think
like,
that was my worst movie of the
whatever.
year that year.
It's not great. It's not a great movie. Smile 2 is like, I'm not saying, I don't want to hype it up crazy high, but it's freaking way better than it has any right to be. There's some good
Better than
gore.
Trap.
Oh, Trap
It's
was
better than
oh,
Trap.
that's on my
I didn't
bad
see that
list.
either. I was
You got to
gonna try
watch it for the worst of the
this,
year
but
show, dude.
I gotta watch it for the
Fucking
worst.
terrible.
Of the year. I didn't get to get it in.
Oh
I
god,
tried.
it's bad.
Wow. See,
I
like,
didn't
you know
think
what?
it was that bad.
Shyamalan is so good at like trailers. You know what I mean? Like every trailer, like it makes it seem like it's gonna be good. And you're like, he's gonna do it this time. And
It's
then when
a
you watch
cool
it, you're like,
premise.
God damn it.
The movie should have just been called "Hey, I'll be right back" because that's like the whole fucking movie.
It's
If
like
anybody's
it's like
seen
a
it,
music video with a couple close-ups of
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett going like this.
Yeah, that weird little smile, and he
So
looks
he was
like
doing
he's got
Smile too,
Botox or
basically?
something.
Yes.
Like I felt like they felt too similar. It was about like pop stars or whatever, wasn't it? Both of them.
Well, Shyamalan's daughter is the pop star in the movie. She wrote all the music to it for the movie, and she plays like the pop star that the concert, they're going to.
I want to see Trap. I'll always give Shyamalan's movies a watch. What I think of them afterwards is different, but I do
Yeah.
want to see that. I will watch that one you guys just talked about. I did put Fall Guy on my honorable mentions list, but one I put on my honorable mentions list that I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me on, and maybe it has to do with just my overall fandom for this movie, but I thought the new Salem's Lot was way better than I anticipated it being.
I need to see
I did
it.
watch that one. I liked it.
You know, it was kind of straightforward. Like they took a long movie and kind of crammed it into like an hour and 30. So that was kind of weird that to see that movie with such a great story kind of get trimmed down like that and compacted. It was a little bit weird, but I think that it was, for what it was, I think it was pretty entertaining. I ended up watching it twice. I actually thought Little Bites was good too. I don't think Mel saw that, but
I still haven't seen it.
I thought that was good. It was different to me. Like that's why I appreciated it. It was just something like I've never really seen before.
Mhm.
I put Fall Guy on my list. I think I just said that. I put the docu. I know it's not a movie, but the doc of Chucky was awesome. If anybody hasn't seen that, it's like basically a full 3.5 hour documentary on all the Chucky movies. It was really good.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You ended up seeing another one. I'm not sure if we all saw this one. This was another one of my. It would have been in my top 10. But Mads, did you guys see Mads? Garrett, you saw it.
No, so I said to you, I said, dude, I need to try to see some new movies.
Oh yeah.
And I said, give me a couple. And you said Mads, and I said, all right, cool. And then Mel like messaged me that night, says, what are you doing? I was like, I'm about to put on Mads, and she's like, no, it sucks. I was like, all right, I'll watch something else.
God damn it.
Well, I didn't get to see it.
Sorry. I was looking for something to watch one night and I was on Shudder and I was like, oh shit, Justin said watch Mad. So I was like, click, and I like watched it. And after it was over, I was like, man, that movie
You finished it the whole way?
sucked.
No, it's like the origin of like almost like a rage virus, but it's told through found footage, and you get to see the slow transition of people going from like not infected to infected. And then I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting.
I didn't get to watch it.
Garrett,
I
I
couldn't
give it a
do it.
shot. Give it like 20 minutes because it has that X factor you're looking for. I'm telling you.
I thought you were gonna say, give it a shot, give it 20 shots.
Just give it 20 shots.
Keep watching until you like it.
Well, I just didn't want you to waste your time watching something that I knew you weren't gonna like. When you
Well,
could
now
find
we
something
see
that
who
maybe
Garrett's
you would put on your
who's-
list. I don't know.
Well, we know whose opinion Garrett's really.
No, but what else
Garrett
did you tell
really
me? I watched
treasures.
whatever.
So, Mel,
I watched the other one you
congratulations.
told me to watch. You said something else, and I watched that one. I don't remember what it was.
You probably like it.
I'm looking at my list of all the movies I watched this year. Lisa Frankenstein was good.
Love Lies Bleeding. Fucking
I thought
awesome.
that was good. Do you know? Okay, so here's what I was going to talk about with Fall Guy. And I always said there's like a lot of movies that I just don't watch because, I have limited time to watch a lot of stuff. And that's one of the reasons I don't get to the theater a lot. And I have so much shit to watch that I get on physical media that I do reviews on, or if like there's a show coming up, I have a lot of stuff to rewatch. So it's like I have so much to watch and so little time. So when it comes to specific kind of movies, I just usually don't watch them because I'm like, I don't have time to waste on this. And so it could be shame on me, but Fall Guy was one of those movies that I feel like really worked for me. And I didn't think, if she didn't tell me to watch it, I probably would have just skipped it. But I ended up watching Deadpool vs. Wolverine the other day because I heard so many good things about it. And I thought it was good. But I think Fall Guy to me was better overall.
It looks like I guess I need to watch this fucking thing. It looked like a Rock, Kevin Hart, Jack Black thing.
Well,
Fall Guy?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
it's
no.
So good.
And
No,
the way
it's-
his
no,
hair's
no.
all highlighted, coiffed out.
Oh, I love it.
Is it
he's
meta, though?
He's like a stunt man. It's actually really good. And the movie they're working on is like it's kind of it's a Charles Band movie, Metal Storm. So it's like it kind of goes retro a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So
Is it like gory and bloody and shit?
Well, it's very much like an action movie. It's like a classic kind of action movie. It's like a love letter to all action movies.
I saw Abigail. I thought Abigail was good, but I didn't think it was as good as everybody said it was good. That was my only issue.
Is that streaming for free now? I still haven't seen that either.
Abigail?
Yeah.
I bought it.
Is it worth checking out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would watch
I thought
it.
it was good. I really did. But I think to me, it was hyped really, really high.
Is it
So I
like
was
Blumhouse
expecting-
good or is it like good?
It's a little bit better than Blumhouse stuff, yeah.
I think you can watch it on Prime.
Looking at my list now, but yeah, Deadpool vs. Wolverine was good. It's just I got a little bit annoyed with
loved that
with
one.
Reynolds as the movie went on because he like everything coming out of his mouth was starting to just get a little bit irritating to me. But it was good though. It was overall good. And I don't watch Marvel movies, so like a lot of the stuff I didn't really understand that they were talking about from past movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looking at my list, Oddity I thought was good.
I loved Oddity.
Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice kind of are falling on the same platform for me right now. Where
God,
when
none
I
of us
saw
had
them-
Beetlejuice in our shit, huh?
well, when I saw them, I really liked
Mm-mm.
them. But like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't think it was as good as I thought it was.
I still want that steelbook.
The Beetlejuice
Like it's kind of
one?
like that Evil Dead Rise feeling, where it's like when you were there, it was great, but then when you watch it again, you're like, meh.
I still like
wasn't
Evil
it.
Dead Rise. What is your guys' problem with that?
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah, I don't really care for it that much anymore.
I know. It's like I still like it, and then you guys are over here shitting on it, and I'm like, what? Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's just nothing really happens in it.
It takes a minute
I
to
don't
get
know.
going. I like it though.
Did we watch the same movie?
It's
I
no
watched it
2013.
No.
I don't understand the love for 2013. I don't
Oh my
understand
God.
the
What?
bandwagon love for 2013.
2013 is
Okay.
fantastic.
That's like TCM
Wow.
2003 like level remake.
I
It's,
get that it's a good remake, but people are like praising it better than the OGs. I don't know.
I mean,
than the
I
first one.
wouldn't, but I mean, that took a lot of chances. That is a very violent and gory flick, in a
It's
good way.
relentless.
Cool. They all are.
But not to that
It's not.
extent.
It's
though.
not better than the OG movies.
It's
I
better
don't
than
get.
the
I
first
don't
one.
get the
It's
praise that
different.
movie.
It's better than the original 100%.
Shut up.
I think so.
Oh, than the OG.
I think so.
It's different. It's more polished. It's a more polished. The first one was so low budget. That's the only problem.
Mhm.
What?
Uh,
In
Second
what
one's great.
world is that a problem?
what? No, but I'm saying if you're looking at it from a standpoint of what they could do from then till now, it was very, very different. Obviously, the OG is better, but I think 2013 is. I mean, that's
Perfect movie.
leaps and bounds ahead of Rise.
It's not a perfect movie.
It's a perfect movie. It's a 5-star movie.
Shut your mouth.
It is. It's a 5-star flick.
It is not.
5 popcorn bags.
That one character alone is so annoying.
Which one? The glasses guy?
Yeah.
He does fuck up everything, but I like that actor. Well, he gets fucked up. I'll tell you that much. The fucking
Yeah,
dude.
he does. And good.
He gets that needle in his eye and shit.
Mm. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to watch Beetlejuice again. I feel like I'm falling a little bit. That's fallen down my list here.
That movie, it would be like way better if like there's like 15 minutes of crap that could have been cut out. Cut all that
Like
crap.
anything with like his wife that didn't really need to be in there.
Yeah, that didn't need to be in there. That didn't need to be in there. A lot of they kind of ruined the Catherine O'Hara character. I didn't need any of those scenes of her at her art gallery. Cut that stupid Soul Train scene. Cut.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of shit that they could cut. That was so fucking cringe, dude. Good Lord. I was like, what is going on right now? But then there was other random parts that went hard as hell, like the makeup for was it Justin Theroux's makeup with the worms and shit? Like there was some really cool like purgatory makeup in the Land of the Dead with all the different creative ways to die that I thought were really, really awesome. But you just can't recreate. I mean, Beetlejuice, for recreating something as unique as Beetlejuice, like that world, they did a pretty good job with it. I gotta say, it could have been worse.
Mhm.
Could have been worse. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, Mel, you got anything else you want to bring up as
Well, you guys pretty much said everything. So I do have a few more honorable mentions. The Crow, one. I will throw that out as an honorable. That was better than to be expected. Shout out to my girl Tina. Are you still out there?
I haven't seen that movie. I need to see it so I can talk shit on it and be,
I actually watched it, dude,
Why
and
do you
it's not
want to
that
talk
bad.
shit on it? You haven't seen it.
It's not that. It's actually not that bad.
Really?
See,
I don't think
for the
so.
man that like doesn't like most modern
No,
movies,
I think it was
he
fine.
did
Like I was
like it.
entertained by it. It was super violent. I mean, it was. I think the biggest problem is that it's called The Crow. Like I really think that that's the issue. There was some CGI in it that I didn't really like in that
I
like
think the biggest
underworld or
problem with
whatever.
it
But
is that it's called The Crow and not The Crow 8 or whatever sequel they're on.
Should have
now.
brought Furlong back.
100%.
He's the only. He's my crow.
Joe Reese
He's
asked,
your
I
crow.
did not get to see The Heretic, but I really wanted to
Yeah, me
before this
either.
show, but I didn't. I don't know if you guys. I think Mel watched it, but have you seen it, Justin?
No, I want to though.
I watched it and I didn't like it, and I wrote a review on it. So if you want to check that out, it's on Letterboxd.
A lot of people
not
still use
great.
that.
Old Nerd Fap said it was kind of mid too.
See, me and him, we're on the same level.
You guys got the same wavelength there.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
think
good,
I
maybe
think
it's
that
not.
movie was trying to be too smart for its own good, and it was annoying. I hate it when movies do that. Anyway, so Cuckoo was another shout out. That movie ended up being better than I was
The
expecting.
hell? I said, should I watch it? You said no.
Because I didn't want you to waste your time watching a movie I knew wasn't going to end up in your top 5.
Hey, should I watch
wanna see
Cuckoo?
that
Nah. And she's like, oh, it's awesome.
I didn't say it was awesome. I said it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh my gosh.
But I knew it wasn't going to end up in your top 5. You're a busy man, okay? And then Frankie Frico was this close to being in my top 5.
Still haven't seen that either.
It was actually in my top 5 in my first list. And I took it out.
It was in
I
your
really
top
ended up-
5?
It was in my top 5 in my
Wow.
first list.
Wow.
Garrett, you like that one too?
I liked it, but I thought it was going to be better. I liked it though, but I was expecting more from it. Like after I saw the trailer, I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite movies this year. And then when I watched it, I was kind of like, it was fine, but I thought I was expecting more.
Are all the puppets good? Is there a lot of cool? Is it like Garbage
Yeah,
Pail
that-
Kids?
It
Kind
gave
of,
me
yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids, Little Monster vibes. I liked it.
And that's from the
Anything
guy
else,
that did Psycho Gorman.
Yeah.
Mhm. But it's
YouTube
not
vibes.
gory. Don't go into it thinking you're getting gore.
There's no gore.
No gore.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Was Destroy All
okay.
Neighbors
This is, you know, how I
year?
said earlier, I said, I told Mel
think
I was trying to
so.
watch a movie and I shut it off. I couldn't watch it anymore.
Oh yeah, what was it?
It was Twisters.
Oh no!
Oh my
I
God, that was
actually shut
so
that
bad.
movie off too. That was the only movie this year I shut off.
Oh my God. That was the one. I was like watching it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I just shut it down. Whoops.
Yeah, Destroy All Neighbors. Was that this? That was this year?
It was last
I
year.
think-
Oh, okay.
Was
I was
it?
like,
Are you
damn.
sure?
Oh, you know,
No, Destroy
you know what
All
I looked up?
Neighbors was this year.
Damn,
It
that
was
should have
this
been in my
year.
list. Fuck.
That was good.
Oh, that's
I
a really good
liked
one.
Frankie Frico better, I think.
I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? I thought was this year. I thought Iron Claw was this year, but it wasn't.
I still haven't seen that one either.
Oh, you haven't seen Iron Claw? That was good. That would have probably. I don't know if it would have made my list, but it was good. But yeah, we've had a lot of great stuff this year, man. Oh, Godzilla -1. I forgot about that. I really like that too. I guess that was this year. But yeah, I mean, it was a solid year. I mean, give or take. I watched a lot of stuff. They watched more than me, but for a year, a modern year, I've watched more now. I think just to get ready for the show than I've watched in a real long time. And they were all more or less solid. I think there was like 2 movies, or if you count Twisters, that could be 3 that I didn't like. But the rest were all pretty solid, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a good year. I do want to see Twisters though.
So should we do a members only stream where we talk about the ones we didn't like that we
I
hated the
think that
most?
could be fun.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah.
I have to watch more then before the end of the year.
Yep. Let's do another one, and we'll do a worst of year.
All right, that'll be in
members one.
December, guys. In December, we'll do members only. So if you're a member of the channel, and we actually decided to do this too, at least me and Mel. I'm not sure what Justin's take is because I don't even know what channel he's running anymore. So, if you're a member of my channel over at Born to Be Rad, you will also be eligible to watch the members only streams.
Same
and I
for
think
mine.
Mel said she wanted to do the same thing for members.
For my members.
And Justin,
cool.
you can open it up to whoever you want to if you want to do that.
Cool.
So then so more people that are on our channels will be able to watch the members only stuff.
Hell yeah.
And if you want to watch the members only stuff, you can just be a member at the Radpackpod on this channel here. And again, we're going to do our members only stream in December. We'll talk about the worst of, so we'll have fun kind of shit on some stuff, I guess.
Hell yeah.
We'll be bashing on Nosferatu.
Oh shit. That comes out on Christmas, I think. I don't know when we're gonna do the show.
It does.
Do you know
It
why?
comes
Do you
out
know what the
Christmas
problem is
Day.
with it? You know why I think I'm really nervous about it, and I know it really doesn't have to do with this, but for some weird reason, when I saw the hype for that Demeter movie, and then what we got, it's like I kind of feel like we're in the
This
same.
is Robert Eggers, though, dude.
I know that's the only.
I remember
grace,
you saying
but
that. You said you thought it looked like that movie, right?
That's what I feel like the hype is getting, and I'm like, remember how excited
Well, it's a
everybody was for
period
that movie?
piece.
And that was like one of those. I had to shut that off. I thought
There
it was so
hasn't
bad.
been a great vampire period piece since Interview with a Vampire, right? I mean, I can't think of one.
Like a vampire period.
We're talking like Bram Stoker's Interview with a Vampire, gothic vampire movie. Like they're very rare. Fucking blood subspecies.
Ben
You
Grimm
know?
says Cole Sprouse plays Van Helsing in it.
Oh God, that would ruin my year.
I think he's fucking with you.
If he pops up, or him and his stupid brother show up as like a duo of fucking vampire hunters or something. What are we gonna do, Cody?
I've got a raging clue right
I got a raging.
It's the Hardly
clue
Boys.
No,
now.
I got a good feeling about Nosferatu. I'm glad they're kind of shrouding what's his face in mystery. They're not going to reveal his face.
I know, I love that.
But I've heard he just plays like his version of the vampire is literally like a rotting corpse. Like he's not going to look good. He's not a sexy vampire. So I'm stoked.
Nosferatu
Great.
wasn't, so hopefully they stick to that. I would
Yeah.
say. Imagine it's like sexy Nosferatu.
It turns into a rom-com at
excited
the
for
end.
it.
It's like Lisa Frankenstein, his ears falling off and shit. Lily Rose Depp's like gluing his fingers back on and shit.
What's up, Weston? Weston says he would love a tier list of badass moms. That's actually not a bad idea.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, see, now she's not into Nosferatu because he's going to be a rotting
Oh, Lord,
corpse.
what kind of vibe is this? No, it's not
I
a
want a
sexy
ugly
vampire.
Skarsgård movie.
Yeah, he's going
Hey,
for
we'll take
something good.
Skarsgård any way we can get him, won't we?
That's right.
All right. Well, guys, this was fun. We had a lot of the same things. We talked about some different stuff. This was good. We agreed to disagree on some things. I'm sure if you guys have watched this on the replay, let us know in the chat what you thought of our list. If you guys, even the people watching live, give us your top 5 lists of the year. I would love to see them. I would love to see how similar or different they may be than ours. That's always fun to kind of look at those lists. Justin, you got anything coming up that everybody needs to know about?
Not really. Not immediately.
No, you just kind of, you're really just working on that studio still.
Yeah, just really trying to hammer out this studio, and then I'll get going. On
Remember when you didn't want to do a studio, and now all of a sudden it's like you're building like a fortress in there. It's like
something.
you're gonna have like a swing set in there soon.
Well, I just didn't want a background. I wanted like a set. It's still not done yet, but it'll get there. Needs more lights.
Needs more lights.
Well, because it's like there's a lot of neons going back there, but there's not like a fill light, so it's kind of like shadowy. It needs.
It doesn't really matter anyway because you can basically the 4 videos you do a year equals what her and I do
Yeah,
in a year. You know.
I need to see what Corey's up to.
You gotta see.
I don't think they
That's
invited him.
a
on the
while. It's like
European
Justin
tour.
literally would just do 4 movies, and he'll live on off those 4 videos a year. It's like I'm putting out like 12, 13 videos a month.
I think I put out maybe it was less than 10 videos. It was like 6 to 8 videos this year, maybe 7, 8
On all channels or just one?
on the main channel. Yeah, about to hit 19K. Go sub to Justin David. I'm almost to 19K. So let's get that milestone.
I mean, that's pretty sick for someone who only works like 6 hours a week or whatever, a year. You know what I mean? That's a pretty fucking badass.
I know it's still Corey
I love
pays
it.
a dividend. Corey, Bill Murray, Tyler Henry. That video's still cooking.
I told you, you gotta buy that Corey Heart box just out of respect.
I'm
for the
gonna do
fact
that.
How much money you made off of them this year?
For how limited they were, I'm surprised there's so many left.
I saw them at the convention I was at. They had a whole stack of them sitting there.
What was he wanting for him? Like $450?
I don't even know. I didn't even get that close.
1,000 for an autograph?
I'm not sure. It was.
Oh,
Did I tell you the
fucking
story when I
weird.
saw him at the convention?
No, you said he's like a
I
really
did, I
nice
told it on
guy.
my. I told it on my. I told it on my recap show that you don't watch. So I did talk about it there.
Hey, Garrett.
So I can
Hey,
tell you,
buddy. I've seen all your stuff.
it's one of those things where, as much as Feldman can be the way he is, I
The
do
worst
feel like
dude of
there's-
all time ever.
I do think there's like a,
Oh
always in,
God!
but like he's something always happens to him
Worst.
that wherever he is, where it's like
It's always something, dude.
it's always something, right?
always
Like,
something.
but here's the thing: it's not always him though. Like,
Of course not.
well, listen, I have good and bad. So, first things first is that I guess
Always
him
harping on the
and
dude.
Scotty Schwartz had a fallout. They used to be good friends.
Which one's Scotty Schwartz? Who's that?
He was in The Christmas Story.
Oh, Schwartz. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they don't get along for whatever reason. I don't know what the backstory is on that. But
Child
Scotty
star
Schwartz showed up at Chiller and he wasn't even a guest. He just goes to just go and like walk around.
Schwartz. Did he say that and run off?
No, but I guess he went into Feldman's room and shit, and Feldman was not happy that he was there.
He went into his room.
Like not as like his room that he was signing, because like Feldman had it. Feldman was in like the way the convention is that he was at has like different rooms. So like his room, he was like the main one in that room. And
You
there
talking about
was,
when they like curtain things off and make little cubbies and sections and shit?
no, it's in a hotel, so everybody has like different, not bedrooms, but they're just different, like almost like halls. Like
okay.
you know, like different spaces.
Yeah.
But he was in one with like the Ninja Turtles cast was in the one he was in. Newlander was in that one, so it was like a lot of people that had to do with him, but he was the main one in that room. So there might have been like maybe 8 celebrities in that room, I guess, and he was kind of the main one. And so Scotty went in there and was like walking around and stuff, and I guess this was the first night, and him and Feldman kind of went at it verbally.
Did you
Feldman's
see
like,
it?
I want him out of here. Like he's not even a guest here. Da da da. And then he's
He's
like, I paid
such
a
a
ticket. I'm a
crybaby.
fan or something. So they got a little beef on.
Was
on
Schwartz
night one.
was he just a guest at the convention, or was he there for like Christmas Story or something?
No, he just showed up.
He was just there. Does he know that Feldman doesn't like him, and he was just kind of fucking with him?
He could have been. I mean, obviously, I think he knows who was there. Like, with
What's the
guest
beef? Do you
list.
know the origin of the beef?
No, I think it has to do with.
I need to ask
Somebody said it
Staunch. I
might have had
guarantee
to
you,
do with-
Staunch knows.
It might have to do with Haim, maybe. I don't know. Something.
Schwartz was
But-
also the guy that directed. It was the co-director of that Don's Plum movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think it was him. That movie that was shelved for years or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that was night one. So
Get
night-
him out of here. I don't like him.
Well, day 2, I went in that room and I did feel bad because all of a sudden that whole place, like the AC was going, except that room, the AC broke.
It's so freaking hot in here. How am I supposed to do anything
So
in here?
Corey's like in his room signing and the place was like a fucking sauna. And I'm like, he must be so pissed. So they had like,
And
all
I
these
bet he had like
fans
4
on him and
jackets and
he had
fucking
the
all
leather
kinds of
jacket on. But they had all these fans on him, and I'm like, in the place, it was hot in there, dude. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, he's like probably so livid right now. But it's like, go figure. Out of all the rooms in the hotel, his room, the thing breaks down all day. And he had the biggest line. I mean, he literally had the biggest line of the whole convention. It was like wrapped around the building. And so I kind of felt bad because I was like, oh, go figure. He's gonna end up saying something because he's pissed off because he's like drenched with sweat and he's in like the sauna of a room all day signing. But I will say this, I will give him a lot of credit. He did photo ops at night. So he did his own photo op, right? And then he did a photo op with Newlander together. Then they were doing a Ninja Turtles cast reunion photo op. He left the photo op area, went to his room, came back, and he was dressed as Donatello.
That's pretty
got
rad.
into the photo op with the Ninja Turtles to cast. He was the only one dressed up. They finished. Then he went back to his room.
How do you dress
ran back
up as a turtle? You just put a headband on or what?
It's like he wore like it was like a costume from like a Donatello costume from like Spirit. It wasn't even like a real thing. But the idea of that, he was the only one that like went above and beyond, kind of. You know what I mean?
Do we have? Is there pictures of him wearing the Kmart?
Oh, this got to be online. Yeah, this got to be. And then he left, and then he bounced, and he came back, and he was dressed as the Frog Brother. So like this dude was running back and forth for like
the costume. That's going to be an extra 50, man. Sorry.
I mean, he did make more money to do those, but I mean, at the same time, like I mean, there was no other actor there that was like getting into different costumes for each photo op. So I mean, I had to give him a little bit of credit, and he was, you know, he wasn't complaining. He was just going back and forth and getting geared up and whatnot. So, I mean, he was making the money. I'll tell you that. So, but yeah, I think it's I actually give him a lot of credit for his work ethic. I think he's a hard ass worker, that dude. He's always somewhere. He was in London, and then he was at that convention like 3 days later.
He
was on tour all year. I mean, he's a workhorse, that dude. You know?
Absolutely, man. He's fucking awesome.
You're like, I hate fucking people that work so hard.
I just can't.
I wish he sat on the couch and just laid there.
No, he hustles, man. He's got. I
He's
mean,
a hustler.
got to make his money somehow, dude.
No, he's killing it though. He's killing it. What a year that guy's had, dude.
It's a whirlwind, really. I need to do a Corey recap.
You should do a year in review.
A year in Corey.
Yeah, a year in review. The guy was on tour half the year. He's doing conventions.
That's actually
he's going to be part of the Goonies documentary. It's going to be killing it, dude. But
shout out Corey Feldman, PD.
Anywho, Mel, what do you got coming up over on your end? Anything?
I got stuff. My
what do you got?
Podcast.
My Kill podcast. What do you got coming?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't planned it yet.
You're supposed to be on top of it. Boom, 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 boom.
I know, but I haven't planned it yet. I have stuff. Come see.
The podcast finally debuts this year of My Color Podcast.
Color podcast.
This is the year. Killer. Did I say color?
Justin
Killer.
doesn't even know what my podcast is.
he's like telling his friends, like, I told him to follow you on socials, My Color Podcast.
My
I don't know why the hell nobody
Podcast.
followed you.
Killer.
I'm part of the Rad Pack with, Born to Be Rad and My Color Podcast.
My Color Podcast.
And then you
You're
guys
so
can
mean,
follow
man.
me over at Born to Be Rad. I got a video dropping tomorrow, a full retrospective history of the Blair Witch Project. We're going all the way back to 1999 and talk about what makes this movie so special and what it was like seeing this thing for the first time in 1999. And then on top of that, you're going to get a full history of the Blair Witch on physical media and an unboxing and showcase of the brand new box set from Imprint and the brand new second sight release. We're going to talk about that as well. And that's going to be about a 90-minute retrospective video dropping tomorrow on the channel. So you can check that out. And Rad Company returns this Sunday night with my guest, Preston Knight. If you guys don't know who that is, you need to go look him up on YouTube or on Instagram because he is killing the game right now when it comes to his music. And this guy put out a sick-ass music video that I want to know all about because that thing looked super expensive. And I'm just kind of curious on where this dude's career is going right now because he's on the rise, baby. So you want to come check out Preston Knight on the Rad Company episode Sunday night, live on Born to Be Rad channel.
I'm excited for that one.
You are, I bet you are.
Shop Studio House.
And yes, Studio House Designs guy, give us a shout
It's a
out.
Studio House bucket hat, by the way.
Oh, look at that.
They're going to be doing a Black Friday sale. And go check them out. You can use code RADPACK at checkout to get 15% off your order over at Studio House Designs. Follow them on Instagram. Tell them the RADPACK sent you, and check out what they got in store. We buy a lot of our merch that we wear from there, so definitely go check that out. But guys, thank you for hanging out with us live tonight. Always a fun time getting back with the pack. And we will see you next month. It's the one you do not want to miss because it's Christmas time and we're going to give ourselves some gifts. I cannot wait to see what Justin got me this year.
Justin throwing up the shocker.
What a sick bastard. All right, gangs, the Rad Pack signing off. Like always, stay rad.
Stay weird.
Stay killer.